All right, Aaron, you on here? Hey, what's up, Sean? What's going on, Doug? Finally getting this thing working here, trying to figure everything out. You guys hearing the mic okay? All right, good, good, good. Well, I guess Tackle Junkie's going to be a little late this evening if he does a live stream. He's got some water issues going on, so we'll have to see if he makes it or not. What's up, Jay Basson? Little glitchy? Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's probably my internet connection. It's probably not the best. What's up, Aaron? Anything you guys interested in talking about tonight? Get going here. What's up, David? Pennsylvania, man. Hopefully you guys got some warm weather up there still. Yeah, Tackle Chucky's got some issues going on. I don't want to be in his shoes. I'm no plumber, that's for sure. Kincaid, Aaron, really? You want to go to Kincaid, huh? Well, the grass was gone. Like I said, I think it's still up in the air of what actually happened, but I think a lot of it is just the high water going up and down and kind of washed the top part off of it. And I think that just kind of the water's still a little bit high over there. So I think next year, I think it'll be back. I don't think it'll be any issues, but it's definitely going to make that lake tough in the fall. I can tell you that. That lake's tough enough as it is. And you guys follow David Dudley Outdoors? So I seen he did a live stream the other day. I actually missed it. I got to watch it today though. It was pretty interesting on crankbaits and stuff. Let's see. So you guys doing any fishing this week at all? Aaron, I know you went to Kincaid today, but Pennsylvania's got to be hitting smallmouth pretty good up there right now. And Sean, did you get any of those spoons to try out? I know you were talking to maybe it was actually I think it might have been Bass Geek or Fluke Master or somebody. I seen you commenting on checking out the let's see what spoons were those. The they may have been the nickel spoons, I think. I don't know if you got a chance to try them out or not yet. Let's see. Smallmouth on schedule for next week. Absolutely. That's one thing I do miss about living up north. I used to live up in the very northern part of West Virginia, actually about 15 minutes from Cumberland, Maryland, and I was only 15 minutes from Pennsylvania too. So I miss fishing smallmouth up there. It was a lot of fun. I know there's a lot of trout guys up there, but I never did get into trout fishing. Couple of dinks, picked up a couple of nice. Throw them. I was talking to TJ about them. Yeah, nickel spoons. Yeah. Yeah, those are pretty good spoons. On the kayak all weekend, huh, Jay? I tell you what, that's one thing I have not gotten into yet. I just don't care for the kayak fishing. I see what those guys go through in the struggle of catching fish and setting the hook and everything, and fish pulling them all over. That drive me nuts. But that's awesome. You guys can do it though. Surprised Tackle Junkie isn't on here actually. Let's see here. Aaron, I know you said earlier you were talking about you found out your last eye on your rod was messed up, wasn't it? Was that your brand new rod? Mm-hmm. Which rod was that? I know you got a couple different ones last month or so. I just didn't remember which one that was. I actually had a one of the ceramic inserts fall out of my ducket rod yesterday. It's the second time that thing's happened on that one. Sean, what kind of rod you throw? And David, just kind of curious to see if you guys fish a lot of smallmouth stuff. Curious of what you guys throw. The loose speed stick, really? Huh? Did you get it at Academy? I'm guessing. I'll say I noticed. My wife and I, we went to Walmart earlier. We are just kind of looking around, getting some stuff there, and I noticed they started carrying the loose speed sticks in there. Like they're running, I think they're like $60, 60 or $70, I think, which isn't too bad, but. Dobbins Fury. I tell you what, there's a lot of guys that like that Fury series. I've heard nothing but good come out of them. Yeah, Aaron, you can get those replacement guides up there. They're pretty cheap. I think maybe like $6-7. I've used them a couple times. I've never had any issues out of them either. I think the ones I got were the Fiji ones. Sean, what kind of temperatures you guys seeing up there right now? I'm sure you're probably not much different from what we are here, but maybe a 10-degree difference at most. But throw a bunch of everything. I'm addicted to rods and reels. 1 or 2 a week. 313. Everything. What an SLX CC today. I've heard those SLXs are nice. I haven't actually thrown them yet, but on the favorite rods, what's your opinion on those? I haven't got the chance to mess with those at all yet, so just kind of curious what everybody thinks about those. Upper 80s, yeah, that's about what we had. So I figured you guys weren't too far off from what we were. See if we can get a hold of Tackle Junkie here. See if we can make it on. Aaron, you said you have two. Two of which one? The Dobbins Furies or the SLX? Oh, the SLX that's right. I remember you talking about that with Tackle Junkie. Said you really like those, right? Oh, the favorites. You like them or not? Like I said, I haven't heard. I know when the Googans come out with them and everything, and started pushing them real heavy. I mean, they sold out just about everywhere they had them stocked. But I haven't heard anybody talk about too much of them. What's up, tackle junkie? About time. Still no wadded fishing in the house, but that's all right. Tour bait casters and Fluker Springs. I tell you what, Dave, that them flugers, they're hard to beat sometimes. I've got a it's an older rod, but I forgot the name of the series. But I use it for my spinning setup. And I tell you what, that is my favorite rod of all time. That thing it's so sensitive. And the Lew's, yeah, I'm a big fan of the Lew's too. Oh, the EVX. You're right, Aaron. Talk about my fishing on Friday. Yeah, tackle junkie. Yeah, I went fishing today too. Just got some little ones down at the pond here. Friday was a tough struggle. I'll tell you that. I've said on some of my videos before, it's the dog days of summer. You aren't going to see a whole lot of big fish, this time of year too often. Even your dinks kind of hard to come by sometimes. Favorite rods are okay. Price point $129, and the Defender series not too bad a rod. Use them for my reaction baits because not most sensitive rods, so don't use them much for the bottom baits. Huh? That's good to know. Yeah, like I said, I haven't tried the favorite rods yet. I want to grab one just to try it and see what it's like for myself, but I haven't done it yet. Yeah, Tackle Junkie actually gave us a little bit of a butt whooping Friday. I'll say that. I had one fish the whole day. Had a ton of bites, but they just would not hold on to it. They'd pick it up, spit it right back out. Downsize my lure, downsize my weight. Got down to the point, I wasn't even pegging anything. I was trying to let them run with it. I mean, they'd pick it up and just set it right back down. It was tough. Yeah, the smack talk was good times. Yeah, definitely. As long as nobody gets hurt over that, gets their feelings hurt. You're supposed to leave your feelings at the dock anyway. Aaron, you got the flare flipping stick, huh? I don't think I've seen that one yet. I've seen I guess it was Lake Fork guy, the one he had, that big sexy. That looked like just a meat stick, man. I think it was huge. I can't say much though. My loose pitching stick, it's about the same way. I really like it. And Aaron, I guess we're gonna have to get. Yeah, I'm sure Watt got hurt, little hurt there, but yeah, Aaron, I guess we're still gonna have to get together and go fishing, all four of us, and hopefully Kincaid to surprise us and come back a little bit and maybe fish all right. Maybe we can fish before the fall or something there. Like I said, that lake in the fall, that's a tough place to fish. But if nothing else, we'll have to come down here and we'll have a little tournament at the pond or something maybe. Sean, you got 10 of those rods? Holy cow. I guess you do like them then. Of course, you said you're buying like one or two a week. So have you tried any ducket rods, Sean? I'm just kidding, tackle junkie. You wouldn't want to fish all day in my pond. Those fish are well trained. They've seen anything and everything possible. It's my testing pool there. I actually had I went down earlier with fishing and seen, I don't know, it had to be probably at least 5 pounds. It might have been a little heavier than that. Just swimming up right in one spot. Almost looked like she was guarding a spawning bed or something. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I'd be all right with that. We can hit your ponds. Your ponds look like they've got pretty decent bass in them too. Like I said, mine's got some really good quality bass, just not a whole lot of them in there yet. It's getting there though. I'd say another year, maybe 2 years, and it's going to be a pretty dang healthy pond. As long as I can keep everybody out of it. $38 rods, Sean. Holy cow. I guess if you got the budget for it, it's no big deal. My wife would probably divorce me if I started bringing home rods once or twice a week. Six or 7 pounders. Oh, that's pretty good for a pond, though. People don't realize, around here, I think, I can't think of the guy's, the Pond Boss, I think is his name. He's kind of hard to follow on YouTube and stuff, but he knows his stuff. I mean, all he does is build ponds and stuff like that. But he was saying, around this area, an 8-pounder is, one of the biggest fish you're going to get around here. So 6-7 pounds, pretty dang good. What was that, David? Another TJ81? Oh, that's why we didn't get back to bass boat this year. Figured to get tackle and gear. Boat next spring. Went with a John boat and a kayak. I tell you what, man, you learn to fish out of a John boat, you can get pretty good. Those things get in just about anywhere. You don't have to worry about tearing them up. Bigger leg with profit, deep grist and pads. I tell you what, this is the first year. I think just since we've had all this rain this year, we've never been able to keep the, like the real shallow grass, the little, I don't know what you call it, the little like duckweed or something like that, growing in the pond. It always dies off within like probably by the end of May. But this year it's stayed up. It's good. It's healthy. You can tell a big difference down there. I mean, all them fish are getting up in there and staying in there. We've seen a lot more bait fish this year. So I definitely think the pond is really getting healthy. I'm sure, Aaron, I'm sure if she's driving, she's probably in a hurry to get home so TJ can get to work. Like I said, I'm just glad it's you and not me. I've done plenty of plumbing around here, and I'm no plumber by any means. Oh, what we got here? Yeah, I'm sure she'll want it fixed if she wants a shower tonight. If not, she'll be staying down at the in-law's house or something, probably by. And I was looking at the after we talked a little bit the other day at the lake. You were talking about the bass tracker with that battery not having enough room back there and everything. I tell you what, I can see where that's going to be a pretty big issue. I can see that. Surprised they haven't fixed that yet. Yeah, Sean, I haven't done any of that. I actually need to talk to Tackle Junkie and kind of figure out what the best way to go about that is. Like I said, being pretty new to YouTube and everything, I haven't quite figured it all out. But, and I really don't want to do donations yet until I want to get some good giveaways. Like I said, when I hit 500 subscribers, I do know what I'm going to give away there. So that ought to be a pretty good one there. One bait I always have tied on. Oh, it's easy. Texas rig every day. Usually either Rage Crawl or now now that I've got the Biospawn lures, I tell you what, that Vile Crawl is unbelievable. I love that thing. The plastic on it just so much better. Doesn't tear as easy. So. And what's your guys' number one confidence bait? What you guys always have tied on? And how's the video quality too? I was kind of wondering about that, see if it's good or not. I'm actually using my Dragon Touch camera. I'm hoping it's doing pretty good here. A lipless. It's a pretty good bait. Texas rig, net bait. There you go, T-Mac. Square bill. Imagine that for Tackle Junkie. Chatterbait. That's a pretty good confidence bait there. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big chatterbait fan. I do throw them. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in them though. And David, if you tried, I know everybody's against the Googans and everything else. I realize that. But have you ever tried the Bandito bug from them? I will tell you that's a pretty awesome bait. I do love that bait. Shaky head bait, yeah, definitely. I tell you what, the Biospawn lures, that plasma tail. Since I got those, like I said, I really really like that worm and the very tip of it and that chartreuse colored. But you can't keep that thing away from bluegill. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure the chatterbait worked pretty good for the mud hole. Like I told you the other day, that my local lake here, it's just like that. It's just as muddy, except for when you get a big 2 or 3 week span with no rain, no nothing. The water starts dropping, everything settles out there, and it only settles like mainly to one end because they've got aerators running in all the time, so it keeps everything pretty stirred up. And it's like I said, it's a pretty muddy bottom everywhere. Your biggest bass were on chatterbaits. How big were they, Doug? Oh, tackle junk. Yeah, you got to try the Guggen baits. Yeah, like I said, man, that bandito bug, I love that thing. It's really good. But like I said, it's just like a rage. I think it's actually a softer plastic than the rage. Um, I mean, they rip and tear so easy. I've seen fish come up out of the water, and as soon as they shake their head, I mean, the baits just go flying all the time. At least with a rage bug or something like that, it kind of, or a rage crawl, rage bug, they stay on pretty decent. Throwing plasma tail and drop shot, cut it down a little. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, that plasma tail is pretty nice. Oh, hey Kevin, thank you, man. Now, have you guys tried the? I haven't tried the crankbaits from Guggen's yet, but any of you guys thrown any of those? Yeah, tackle jig. That's just it. They get bit. I mean, they're great baits. Like I said, it's a one fish bait. That's all it is. If you're fishing tournament, it's great. Getting those keepers in. My favorite crankbait. I would have to say, now we're talking if shallow water. Yeah, I'm going with the square bill 1.5. I like the KVDs. Outside of that, I would definitely have to go with like probably sexy shad and the 6XD. That's probably one of my favorite ones. Of course, that depends on what time of year you're talking to. Um, I'd say early spring. You cannot beat a the original Wigglewort. I mean, that is just a killer crankbait. Yeah, the bandits. Yeah, definitely. Those aren't bad. Dragon the 2.5, really, Aaron? Huh. I like the 2.5, diving a little bit deeper and a little bit bigger profile, but I don't seem to get bit on it nearly as much as the 1.5. Let's see, didn't have a scale on me, but both were say around 3 pounds. Not really big, but bigger than what I normally catch. Yeah, but 3 pounds up there. Now I'm guessing it's a largemouth, Doug. Or well, you're up north. You might be smallmouth too. Yeah, tackle junkie. You need to get you down to Kentucky Lake sometime. Take you down there. That's That's a good place to throw a 6XD. It's a new rattling net is softer than any other baits. One bite and done. Used to be Strike King patent, crawling bandito bug, but they use the 6 cents patent for their cranks. Yeah, that's what I've heard. And 6 cents makes some awesome crankbaits. I like throwing their stuff. I mean, it's their crankbaits, I think, above everybody else's most of the time. When they come out of the package, they're ready. You don't have to change split rings. You don't have to change hooks. Nothing. They're pretty dang good. So. Yeah, like I said, that 2.5, I like the bait and everything. It runs good and everything, and it does get bit. It just not nearly as much as the 1.5, I don't think. Oh, Doug, you're in Indiana. I'm sorry. I thought you were one of the guys from PA up there. Yeah, Indiana. I don't know what part of Indiana you're at, but we've got some friends. It's actually my wife's friend. They live in what is it, Cordon, pretty close to Louisville. And I know when we go out there, there's like, I'm assuming what they are is strip mine lakes, because you can see them off the interstate right off of 70 going both ways. It looks some pretty nice stuff over there. Looks pretty juicy. Yeah, Aaron, we could definitely do a trip to Kentucky Lake for a few days. That'd be cool. Long as Tackleton can get out of work. And Mike. So I don't know where Wadded Fish is at tonight, but I'll tell you what, there's so many places to fish at Kentucky Lake. It's unreal. I mean, there's not really a bad place you can go down there. And if you put in, like usually when we go down, we have a lot of tournaments down there. We used to put in up at the dam a lot. A lot of guys some would run Kentucky Lake, some would go over to Barkley Lake. You know, there's plenty of places. All right, Tackle Junkie, we'll see you later. Good luck with the plumbing. Hope everything worked out all right. So, see, we're on here about 27 minutes. So, you guys got anything else you want to talk about? Like I said, I might start doing some of these live streams a little bit more, just kind of get a feel for it here and see what happens, what's going on, and everything. And I'm just curious out there, how many of you guys actually still watch the Googans after they've kind of went off the fishing path here? Just in my experience, it's like I said, I used to watch Lake Fork Guy, Lunkers. I wasn't a big fan of the rest of them. Not that they were bad or anything. I just didn't care for their videos too much. But Sean, on my 6XD, I use it's a medium heavy actually. And the reason I use that, I still want that good bend to it, and that tapered top part on the top of the rod. But the reason I do that is I feel every individual rock down there and everything, and it's a lot easier to dissect that bite, because when you're down that deep, I mean, let's say you're fishing 16, 18 foot deep. The thing is when you get down there, you kind of lose a lot of that feel when you're coming through there. But with that medium heavy like that, when they pick that thing up, you can feel it right away. It's a real good rod for that. And that one is actually, that's a dial rod that I use for that. I've had it for, I don't know, probably 8 years. I really probably need to replace it, but just haven't done it yet. I broke my other 2 crankbait rods, so I've got to replace them. Let's see, not bad for your first time backyard. Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate it. Googans are horrible now. The baits catch fish. The videos are not good anymore. I've been throwing on a 7.4 medium heavy fast action 6XD. Yeah, that's a good one. I think my crank is I think it's a 7.6. And the reason I went with the 7.6 is at the time I couldn't fit an 8-foot or the 711 in my my boat. But I would like to get an 8-foot. That's for sure. Yeah, the Googans, like I said, I have nothing against any of the Googans. I mean, they're good guys. They kind of went off their deal with fishing and everything, and that's what made them who they are. Going into this deal, got them all the subs and everything else, and then they just they built up and everything, and then they just kind of went on their way. So I'm not sure why they aren't doing that no more. Another excuse to buy another rod. Exactly. Near Indianapolis, we have gravel lakes around here. Caught one of them in a small lake about 30 minutes away from me. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's one thing we don't have a whole lot around here is gravel lakes. Most of our lakes where I live are mud bottom, clay. Like I said, unless I make about a 2 hour trip, 2.5 hour trip to Kentucky Lake. Now we do have one that's it's probably about an hour and a half away from here. It's got a little bit more gravel than most of them, but it's a pretty tough lake to fish though. Seems like they're all doing the challenges geared towards kids. Yeah. Yeah, I see that a lot. I see the number one thing I see is, fishing with a Snoopy rod, trying to catch a fish with a Barbie rod or something like that. I see them constantly around YouTube, and I don't know. I'm not into doing that stuff. I mean, you want to throw a challenge out there, go with somebody fair and square, go for the biggest bass or something like that, or maybe do, just 5 lures for the day. Like I know a lot of them guys do the Lucky Tackle Box. Well, I guess it's not Lucky Tackle Box anymore. I think they went out of business. But Mystery Tackle Box and what's the other ones? I'm not real big on those boxes. I haven't gotten any of them, but I know they do like the challenges with those, which the slams or whatever. That's actually pretty neat. I do like that idea because it's baits they haven't used a lot of times, and they just go out there and try to catch fish with it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the monster box. There you go. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, Doug, I tell you what, I didn't realize how many kids got on here to look at, how to start fishing and stuff like that. I really need to make a few videos on just simple stuff to start off with. Just like maybe it's just a small weightless Senko and stuff like that. Just, real common stuff. It's real easy. Probably need to do a video on that. Help some younger guys out, younger girls, whatever it may be. See, I think they've been doing YouTube for so long, they run out of ideas. So they resort to these stupid challenges of trap. Yeah, Sean, I agree. I will tell you, I didn't realize how hard that was going to be with coming up with ideas and stuff. I mean, Tackle Junkie and I were both talking the other day about, going through and trying to figure out what ideas and how to come up with new ideas. And he couldn't have said it any better. He's like, dude, you just go with what you fish with and put your spin on it, what you do differently. That's about all you can do. Somebody out there is going to have a video on something you've done already, if not 100 of them. So, it makes sense. Yeah, they got their baits, the rods, the line. Now they're in all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I don't know what's next for them. I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong. Them guys they're talented at what they did, and they did a long shot there, and they did well with it. So, I'm happy for them. Way everything worked out and everything. But like I said, I wish they'd go back to doing the regular fishing videos and stuff. Yeah, I plan on it, David. I appreciate it. Let's see here. How many of you guys are Zoom fans out there? That seems to be one bait that a lot of people fell off of a Zoom. Yeah, Doug, I watch I watch Tackle Junkie, obviously. Fluke Master, I do watch Fluke Master a little bit. I've kind of fallen off his channel a little bit. Not that he's doing anything wrong or nothing like that. It's just I haven't been watching it. But yeah, I like those guys. Tackle store, watch a few videos, see what I need more to fish, and then go out there. It's beyond helpful. Well, that's good, Sean. We're glad we could help. It's kind of what we do it for. So hopefully everybody gets something out of it. Whether it be somebody that's new to fishing or has been fishing for 20 or 30 years. There's always something to learn in fishing. When I started fishing tournaments, it's probably been 12 years ago. There was so much stuff I didn't know. I had no idea. And the only way I got better was I'd go fish. I fished with one guy pretty much the whole first year, and I learned a lot from that guy. But then I started fishing with other guys, and once I started fishing with other guys and seeing how other guys fished, this guy might be like you guys a while ago. One of you might be a confidence in chatterbait. That's where I begin to start throwing that. I have to see him catch fish. Gets my confidence up a little bit. Or some guys, I didn't throw crankbaits for a long time. Then I finally got a guy that threw crankbaits on Kentucky Lake and really got me into it. And it's hard to get away from crankbait, especially when you get a good bite going. So David says he loves his Zoom, Mag Finesse one, Toads, the Flukes. Yeah. That I tell you what, the Fluke is that's an unbelievable bait. I don't know if you guys have ever did the double Fluke, but that's a really, really fun deal to throw, especially in the fall. David Dudley, that's a guy I love watching. He speaks the truth to the point. I just heard, yeah. David Dudley's pretty cool. I just started following him here probably 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. He did a live stream the other day, and I actually missed it. I didn't get to see it. I watched it today though. The trick worms, John. Yeah, those things are awesome. Favorite, the Z crawl. Yeah, chatterbait, Zen jig trailers. Yeah, the Z crawls they're pretty nice. Still low to Zoom, price right for my budget. Yeah, Jay Bass, and that's one of the things about Zoom that I really like. You can go to just about any local store that has tackle, Walmart, even something like that. I know it's probably been 4 or 5 months ago. I went out to my local Walmart here and was just looking at what they had, and they had like just boxes and boxes on their bottom shelf of all Zoom stuff that they marked down for like $1 a pack. If my wife wouldn't have been with me, I'd have probably grabbed about 100 packs, but she would have probably killed me. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Now, David, do you throw any of the rage crawls? Would you like the Z crawls? I'll say the rage crawls probably that was my. If I had to put one bait up there that I would fish year round, that would have probably been it. Was the rage crawl in that watermelon red flag? That bait for whatever reason just it works. The rage bug, yeah, rage bug's good too. I just for whatever reason I think it's the slimmer profile of that rage crawl that I like so much. It comes through everything so well. And I used to throw it on a 4/0 um, extra wide gap hook, and then here about probably 3 or 4 years ago, I started using the flipping hook on them, and I really like that a whole lot better. It comes through so much easier. I'd never get hung up and stuff with that, like as far as like grass and stuff like that. Now, if you're fishing on rocks, you'll obviously get the weight stuck in those. That's kind of one of the reasons I got away from lead weights. Lead weights are so bad in gravel and rock. When that thing gets wedged in there and it starts hitting that nose of that bait, well, that lead's so soft it pinches that down, ends up pinching into your line, and you'll notice it and start rubbing your line and fraying it real bad. And I just didn't care for that too much, so I was kind of glad when the Titan or tungsten started coming out. That was pretty good. Wife and her threatening or buying things too much tackle. Yeah, yeah. She don't even have to say anything anymore. She just gives me a look. That's all it takes. So, like I say, happy wife, happy life. We'll try to keep it that way. Like I said earlier, I know most of you guys on here have been on my channel quite a bit. So the giveaway for the 500 subscribers, I actually think is going to be a new bait casting combo. I think is what we're going to go with. So I haven't made up my mind which one I want to go with yet. Like I said, I'm kind of hearing a lot of things on the Dobbins Fury rods, so I might look at something like that, or maybe a loose rod or something. I don't know yet. What's wrong with you, Aaron?
I'm just curious, what's your guys' line choice? I know Aaron and I were talking the other day. He was trying out some P line. Didn't care for that too much, but he was I think was it a Seaguar that you were throwing maybe, or maybe that's what Tackle Junkie was telling you to get, was the InvizX. Yeah, and that's just for the 500 subs on there. That's what we're going to do the giveaway for. So InvizX 10 pound, yeah. I tell you what, there's a lot of guys that like the InvizX. Oh, Berkeley Vanishing. I'm sorry, Aaron. Yeah, I forgot. It was, yeah, Tackle Junkie was trying to talk you into getting the InvizX. That's right. Like I said, I'm a big P-line guy. I really like that stuff. But I've heard a lot of good things about the InvizX too, so. Now, Jay Basson, I'm just curious. I don't know what pound line you're throwing, but have you had any issues with the 20 pound? That's the one line the only line out of the P line group that I've had that actually had a lot of memory to it. Yards full, $14 in my field stream. You got a 600 yards full for $14? Holy cow! Yeah, for the leaders, they work really well. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, the P-line tackle is a little different, definitely. Taking the baby steps of the monoline, huh? I tell you what, there's a lot of guys down monoline. I still use it for my top water stuff. And to be honest with you, if mono would sink, I would throw it on my crankbaits all day long. Just with the stretch on it. You know, you get that if your rod's not bending enough, you have a little bit of stretch with that line to, keep those treble hooks pegged on crankbaits. It would help a lot. But about 6 in that price. 3 12 pound, 3 15 pound. Holy cow, man. I wish I could find P-line that cheap around here. I think I pay I think it's right around about $26 a spool, and I think that's only I have to look on my thing. I think it's only 250 yards though. Yeah, the mono on top is it's definitely good. Now I will say, as far as my frogs go, I got to stick with braid on those. That same problem, 15 pound and up. That use Tackle Junkie tip to stretch the line out and use it good for a few weeks. Yes, yeah, that's a great idea. It does work really well. I've even went out when it's really hot sunny day or something like that, and you can pull like a line out and let it set in your yard or something like that. If you got a big enough place to do it, obviously, but let it set in that sun. And that'll usually do that too. I know a lot of guys when they spool up new line like that, they'll actually put the line down in a warm bucket of water. That's supposed to help that problem too with the memory. Let's see, usually good for a few weeks. Now, Jay Basson, do you use any line conditioner on that? I don't know, Tackle Junkie. He's huge in that line conditioner. I used to use it a lot, but the stuff I was using at the time, I don't remember the name of it. I was having problems with it actually kind of wearing my bearings out, so I quit using it. I can't think of the name of it. It was something something Bass Pro sold. Like I said, I don't remember the name of it. It's been a long time ago, but so here. Have to admit, Suffolk 17 pound test mono line is some tough line. Got my bait snagged, managed to pull it out without losing the bait. Yeah, that's some pretty good stuff. I actually use for mono. I think Berkeley makes it. It's Big Game, 17 pound. It's some green stuff, and I use it for my kids' rods all the time. And I tell you what, that stuff, it works really well. Throws good. Doesn't have a whole lot of memory to it. Not a whole lot of stretch either for mono. And my kids, I mean, they're constantly pulling Christmas trees out of my pond for me too. once every couple weeks, KVD line and lure. Gotcha. All right. Let's see here. So you guys think you want to do like maybe want to do a live stream once a week, kind of like what Tackle Junkie does? Obviously, we'll have to get a couple more people on here. 9 people, just not all that great, but I'll have to figure out a good night to do it because I don't want to mess with Tackle Junkie's live stream. I think he goes on at 7 every Sunday, so Suffix Mono's worth trying. Tough, yeah. I've actually used the Suffix before. The only problem I had with the Suffix when I had it, I bought it was a pretty high dollar reel at the time. I think I paid almost $270, $280 for it. It was a Quantum. It was a KVD Signature Series Quantum. It was before they come out with the smoke, and that reel was so touchy. I mean, the brakes, trying to set everything up on it and everything. It took me a little while to get everything set right, and I was going through that Suffix at the time, and the one thing I noticed about that was it just had so much memory. But back then, I didn't know how to try all that stuff and get it out of there. But I probably do need to try to get another spool of it and try it out. All right, Aaron, we'll see you later, man. Thanks for joining. Yeah, Fluke's on Friday nights, right? Saturday or Friday nights for live stream. I'm usually rigging all my poles for the next morning. Yeah. Yeah, Doug, sorry, man. That's, like I said, he had some plumbing issues going on, and I figured this was just a good time to try it out and see how this works and everything. Like I said, I don't want to get in the middle of Tackle Junkie's live stream and everything. That's why I'm just trying it out tonight. Maybe like a Monday night or something like that. Maybe we could do it. It might work out. And Sean, I know you want it on Saturday or Friday nights, but that'd be a little tough, especially if I've got a lot of tournaments I fish. You know, Friday night I'll be in bed probably like I should be in bed by about 8. It'd usually be about 10. But like I said, maybe I'll shoot for like a Monday night thing. That might work out pretty good, actually. So. Oh, hell, Sean. Any day is good for talking fishing. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to jump off here. And like I said, not tomorrow, Monday, but the following Monday, I'll get back on. We'll do a live stream. I'll try to set it up for, I guess 7 o'clock works for everybody pretty good. So that we'll try that Monday evenings. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for joining tonight and watching. And like I said, my video just dropped at 6 o'clock today. I'll have another one coming out Tuesday. So I'll see you guys all again on Tuesday night for the video. And the following Monday, we'll do the live stream. Thanks, guys.